Hello,
Chat, is
hello,
this real?
everybody. Hello,
Yeah.
hello. We should all now be live.
I'm live. Hello, chat.
Yes, we are.
Val. Val, it's good to see you.
What's up,
Thanks
chat?
for holding.
Thanks for
Everybody, thank
waiting.
you. It takes a minute, but we're here right now, so we're good to go.
We are
As they say, it
missing
takes
one
a
person
village.
tonight,
Yeah. His AI bot is down for maintenance.
Yeah,
So
His AI
as
bot
of
is down
currently.
for
yeah.
maintenance.
Yeah. He's AI, by the way, guys. We fooled you. It's not a real person. Just kidding. Siege is working. Making money. Living the dream. The Canadian dream.
So, how has everybody's week been?
Yeah, tell us all your secrets, chat.
My week's been
Tell
great,
us.
but that's just me.
I just been diving straight into WoW content and like absorbing all this information. And I'm overwhelmed. Yes, chat, I am. But it's fun.
How? How are you overwhelmed? That's what I want
Oh,
to know.
it's just so much content. And well, honestly, this is eventually when we get into the discussions today, I do want to talk about how the information about Midnight was released to us as consumers. I want to criticize Blizzard Entertainment for that. But that'll be
Uh-oh.
later, chat. Yeah, Blizzard, I'm coming for you. Okay, no sponsorships here. Okay, I'm toxic.
You're not toxic. You're just passionate.
I'm
Let's
just
not use the
passionate.
toxic.
Okay,
Let's not
yeah,
use the toxic part.
capital T.
So how many things were released this week? How many information drops did we get this
oh my
week on
oh my
Optimize?
god.
I
Too
mean,
much.
we had the developer notes. We had interviews come out. We had YouTube Shorts come out. We had the Midnight trailer come out. We had that's about it. I mean, and then of course you have like Icy Veins, you have Wildhead, you have a bunch of other people yapping on the internet too about it. It's been kind of
It's
crazy.
been a pretty productive week, if you ask me, for
Yeah,
WoW content.
this release it's forced me to make a new form of content that I haven't done before. And
Really?
yeah, I've now so normally I do like the WoW talks where I kind of have, more of like structured, right? Kind of like a big topic. But now I'm starting to do this thing called what did I name it? I named it something Q, right? An optimized WoW burst. And it's just like talking about hot fixes and small things. Because there was so many small things I wasn't talking about, and it always annoyed me. So now I'm just like making short videos and posting them only on X about like hot fixes and developer panels and interviews. So
I actually fixed my X account too, so thank you. Thank you. It took me a minute to get it right, but I got it right, so it's there now.
Yeah,
there you go.
now I can actually tag you in things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
good. The proper tags.
Look, it took me a minute. I'm old, I admit it, but it took me a minute to get there.
I can't. Oh my gosh.
But I do
Actually,
have to say,
Um,
it's a pleasure to learn this stuff too, because you can never be too old to learn anything.
Oh
no,
no.
no,
Oh, sorry.
So
no. I tried to absorb, and there's so many things where you guys are gonna mention something tonight that I'm like, what? I didn't hear about this at all. And there's probably gonna be things that I'm gonna have about that you guys be like, what, where'd that come from? Again, I think it's because of like how this information was given to us. I think it's been very what's the word I want to use to be polite? Disorganized.
oh yeah, it is. I can't use the word I want to use, but yeah, it's pretty bad how all of this did come out. I will say
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we do
It's
want
not
to talk.
BlizzCon. That's how when this usually happens. It's a BlizzCon or something that's WoW centric. This was just them saying, "Hey, we're gonna throw this out there, and then we got to come back to it later on," which was like, where's the fun in that?
Right?
What happened to the whole? We got the whole day to go through all these panels and everything. No, you gave us a trailer. Okay, I agree with you. I'm mad. I can
Yeah,
say
you
that.
have to
I'm
be
mad.
mad. You can be mad about this. So, I mean, if anyone else doesn't have anything to talk about, I want to talk about this right now, actually, right? I mean, there's
Well,
something.
before we get into
Okay,
it,
okay,
seeing
okay,
that
okay.
Siege is on there now, our friendly neighborhood
Siege?
AI bot joined in the chat. I wanted to
The
make
bot's up.
one announcement. Liquid is in that first place spot right now, so I feel that
Why
50,000
is you
gold
rubbing
coming my
that
way.
in?
I feel it.
What?
I
No,
mean, I feel
somebody.
it.
No, wait a minute. Two of y'all picked liquid, so
We
y'all
have to
have to
split it.
split that. You
Yeah,
have to
Yeah.
but
split that.
so that's why I only said 50,000 because he gets the other 50,000.
That's true.
I'm just hoping for a miracle in the midnight hour
It's
where
it's anyone's
Echo
race.
just comes in and just say, "Boom, we got it," and then all of it's just mine. I'll take that
Realistically,
150K. I'll be happy.
realistically, we are probably looking at like 400 polls for this boss. This boss is a very tough one. Right now, Liquid is at they're currently indulging on 278 right now, so it's gonna be a long time. I don't think if it gets killed tonight, that's gonna be surprising.
Nah, I feel like there's more to that last phase.
Oh, I
Has to
mean,
be.
it's
There
that
has to
soft
be.
and rage where the circle is just coming in. They're getting slammed. They also they use lust at the beginning of the fight because again, phase
Ugh.
1, phase 2 is like every phase is tough. I mean, obviously this is mythic, but this is no galley, right? I mean, galley was a joke,
Phase
right?
2 is ridiculous. I'm not even on normal.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is ridiculous.
Yeah, I am not looking forward to on
We've
heroic.
cleared normal. Technically we have normal. We have normal on form already,
Nice.
and we're 5 bosses into heroic. We just killed the soul hunters on heroic last night.
Nice. My main guild's 2 out of 8 heroic currently.
It is.
We were
Nice.
These fights literally
Yeah.
make a huge jump from normal to heroic. Like it's a big jump, especially with the second fight too.
Yeah, we're
The
gonna
Because
work
second to
for
last
AOTC.
boss gave him a lot more trouble than I was expecting, and he looks ridiculous. That
it's
fight
a fun
looked
fight on normal too.
ridiculous.
Because I love when Blizzard finds a way to, and a lot of people might disagree with me when I say it, is that they take mechanics and they recycle them in a different way into this boss. This boss is literally another version of the Nathrius with
Mhm.
everything else going on to at the same time.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
It
Denathrius
is, and
fight
it
is
is so,
nuts.
exactly. So when you see the mechanic for the first, when you actually, I'm pretty sure you probably seen it, but when you actually have to do the mechanic, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, this is not. Because this is why they say you have to have your reps as well too. Because this is one of those bosses where you need your reps. If you don't have
Oh,
your
yeah.
reps,
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have your reps, you ain't getting in the first boss. That's for sure. I mean, that
no, you can be summoned. You can be summoned.
you can be summoned, yeah,
But you're
but
not beating the first boss. That's for
but I'm
sure.
gonna unsummon you if I don't see a cape on you. That's for sure. Like if like,
Absolutely. So, do we want to kick this off with the cinematic trailer?
Sure.
we could. Let's do it.
All right,
Then we'll go back and critique it.
Yeah.
Let me make
There are
sure
some
I
there
have.
are actually before we dive into this, by the way, there are some giant critiques from this. I think right now, again, there's some controversy with this trailer. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
a lot of what's the word I want to use
When they
here?
send stuff while I'm
A lot
midair
of
and I catch it does not go well.
what's the opposite of like a white knight? Like anyway, we'll watch the trailer. I'll yap later.
I want to make sure that I included the audio from it. I'm pretty sure I did.
Chad, if you don't hear it, let us know, please.
Yes, please.
Please.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I know, but Scummy also already killed me once too. You killed me and he saved me. He killed me and he saved me. I'll play you guys some music.
So shiny.
Yeah.
And fairly well people.
Not a good situation.
Does it not give Battle of Azeroth vibes too?
100%. There it is. There's the
Hey.
legendary
Date
screen.
night, though. Are you guys done for date night?
There she comes.
Right here.
I gotta go.
Why is she abandoning him? Oh no.
Yeah. When I first saw this, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought she was running away.
Oh look, a scout effigy. Somebody else needs to take it. Yeah, but I there's here.
Slow motion.
Being
Mm-mm.
honest.
Where's his wife?
Lorathar?
Yes.
I don't know who his wife is, so I don't know.
The
I don't know
lady
either.
from Legion. They got married. The Void Elf.
Well, one
The late
Also
the
bring
two that yellow.
Huh?
we gotta bring back the spit emote. That's what we need to do.
No, we don't.
He just spit in the game. Confirmed. Midnight release.
I don't think they're gonna bring that back, but that'd be funny.
Yeah.
But no, he married the leader of the Void Elves.
Yeah.
So
I
where
don't
is
know where
she?
she has to be around.
She's got to be somewhere.
I did.
Oh hey, how you doing?
He's not gonna die, is he?
Probably one of my favorite shots is the light on Zalatath's face.
Yeah,
You
she
can
looks
see
a
her face
little
real
less
good, yeah.
purple.
Yeah. Especially this shot coming up here in a second.
I did it then, so I didn't do it while we were up there in the, scary place. That was so funny though. He's just like,
Yeah, this one, it's so great.
That shot. No feet.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah, no feet at all. 0 feet. 0 out of 10 trailer.
No feet. You lose points.
Yeah.
Lose points for no feet.
Well, we now know that the person with the foot thing is working on the in-game cinematics, not the actual CGI cinematics. So we're narrowing it down on who it is in Blizzard that is just focusing on feet. We're almost there, chat. We almost got him.
Thanks for coming
So-
in, KGM, with the lurk.
Yeah, okay, GM, nice. Awesome trailer, right? I mean, I just want to say, oh, your camera disappeared, by the way, Necro.
My
It's
camera.
gone. It got poofed
Oh,
out of
no.
existence. There you go. Back. Welcome back.
That was
I mean,
weird.
the trailer's great. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I give the rating of this trailer a 7 out of 10. Okay? Because I said this before the trailer was released. I wanted to see, again, the Void is all this big encompassing big issue that's going to be coming, and we've experienced it in the War Within and had to deal with it. I wanted to see when Deathwing came into the world, he was destroying everything. It was this montage of destruction. I wanted to see something like that. I want to see those small intimate battles, right? And those story progressions, but I also want to see why the Void is so destructive, right? I wanted to see them absolutely just demolish some elf buildings, right? Just give me some destruction of like, ooh, yikes, this is going to be a battle, right? And in reality, we just got those small things there. I gave the War Within trailer a 5 out of 10 when it first came out because there was nothing. It was just Anduin having an issue in the desert, and yeah, there was no fighting, and I was like, okay, this is kind of like, it was beautiful. I mean, I think the graphics on the War Within trailer were better than the Midnight one. But you can't. I think Shadowlands is probably peak when it comes to the cinematics. I know that expansion was not so good, but when Shadowlands was announced,
It was great. It
everyone
was an
lost
epic.
like you shattered the helm of domination, the sky shattered. You can't beat that. That's peak. That's like
Mhm.
peaks like cinematography. Like that is just we didn't know
That
what
was
was
the
gonna.
absolute best moment of Shadowlands too.
Yeah, that's where it peaked. Yeah, Shadowland peak right
It
there.
was all downhill from there.
Yeah, so overall 7 out of 10, I would say for that trailer.
So for me, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more with the people coming out of the light. I was thinking that
Hmm.
we might get like an appearance of one of the people from down there in man, now I'm gonna draw a blank over there near
Hollow
Dawnbreaker.
Fall,
Hollow
Fall,
Fall.
Hollow
There you go.
Fall.
Fall.
Yeah.
Either that or maybe like Anduin stepping out, you know?
Hmm. Well, we know who it is that stepped out. Well, what the army was. It was the Army of the Light that stepped out. It was confirmed by a developer
Hmm.
later on.
The same army that went over through the portal and it closed, and they stayed over there and fought the Legion during same army. So again, I'm pretty sure Anduin and them will show up at some point, maybe because they
Yeah.
still have they still have Illyria. All of them still have unfinished business with
Hmm.
Zalatath. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have no
how they get
doubt.
there, I do not know though.
Well,
That's the good part about this because we don't know.
we gotta be warned though, because the light is not all that good either. Look at what the Army of the Light did inside of Draenor
Yeah,
after. Yeah, like
because he
what?
started trying to basically it became a cult. I remember because
Yeah,
what's her name tried to take over, and yeah, we know what she tried to do.
yeah. And the Void Elves are good inside the Void, so there's good and bad in each of this, like Void and Light. Like again, this is gonna be a Void and Light expansion. We've been wanting this for years, right?
Oh,
So
hallelujah.
it's gonna be fun to kind of dive into like what's good, what's bad, type of
Crash.
thing.
That was so messed up.
I think it's weird though. Like I said in the cinematic,
I want you to
where
know
is
I
his wife at?
never got
Because
Yeah, I
remember,
don't know.
she is a void elf.
When was the
Hmm.
last time we saw her?
Right before, I want to say it was right before Shadowlands.
Wow, has it been that long?
Because remember, they did the little wedding right before. The little wedding they did technically takes place before everybody started getting kidnapped by
Mhm.
So
Thrall, and all of them got kidnapped.
speaking about
If I'm correct.
where people are, why did we never see Anduin's father in Shadowlands?
Well, it's easy. We know. So when Varian died, he was absolutely decimated by fell magic, which
To his core,
soul,
yeah.
which corrupted his soul and actually destroyed his soul. So unfortunately, Varian never got to the Shadowlands, and he just absolutely like he's. I mean, I think his soul was just absolutely just destroyed by fell magic, and I think it's just gone forever.
But hear
Wait
me
a
out
Unfortunately,
on
minute.
this. But hear me out on this. What if it wasn't? And what if he's
I
not
mean,
dead?
yeah. I mean, it's not confirmed. That's the theory, obviously, that the reason why we didn't see Varian there is because the fell magic. But again, it could be eventually we see something like that where, but that would then have then you would have to have the bring back the
Mother
fell
trucker.
line, right? Of like the storyline, and we already kind of finished that off in Legion.
Oh my stars.
Wait a
So
minute though.
it,
You're
mhm.
right. Both of you are right. I didn't mean to cut you off, but isn't there a scene in Shadowlands in the last dungeon where his dad puts his hand on his shoulder to help him break his curse at the end of the fight?
But that's just I think that's
I thought
That
that
was his
was
spirit in spirit form.
I
That
think
was
that
his
might
dad,
it
was it not?
was
I
was it
don't
not?
think it was.
Yes,
Wait,
it was. He
but
put his hand on his shoulder at the end because he was the jailer was telling him to do what you came here to do, and his dad was like, "No." God, I wish I could
yeah.
find it.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to remember if that was. I think that was Varian, but the
That
problem is
was
though is that
very.
could have been just
Could have been just a
I don't like
memory type thing.
yeah,
I don't
I
know,
don't
but I
know.
do. But again, though, your theory though, because I thought the same thing
Yeah.
too, that his soul was shattered beyond recognition when Gul'dan just said, goodbye,
That
and
moment,
that
by
was
the
it.
way, unfortunately, I'm reliving that moment in my head, and that moment for an alliance player. I know, like, is it you guys are horde players, right? right?
No, I'm
Mostly.
Alliance. I'm
Okay,
Alliance.
so Alliance, right? But Necro, you're Horde, right?
I didn't
So,
start off as Horde. I started off as Alliance. I played Alliance and Legion. I only started
uh,
going Horde and BFA.
as like Legion, like the beginning of Legion for Alliance was like the worst. I'll admit this on stream. I've admitted this before. I cried. I love Varian. He was the leader. He was I loved him, and when he got instantly decimated, I cried. I was like, I can't. And I was so mad at the Horde, right? Because obviously, right, we know that they had the retreat because they were, Vol'jin got injured, but from the Alliance perspective, we just saw them leave and then just, not do anything to help us, and I was so mad. I
I
was
mean, I
so
think
mad at the Horde at
we
that
lost our
point.
leader. You should be mad.
Yeah, I was so angry. I never
That
wanted
was
Gul'dan so dead in my life. I wanted him
But
gone.
wasn't it Sylvanas that looked at him and he said go, and she's the one that left him?
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is though, she shouldn't have gone, right? Like, I know why she went, but oh, it breaks my heart every time. Oh, it's sad.
that's a it's a weird moment
Yeah,
because it's kind of only shows one side of the story, but then once you go back and play the Horde side on that side, you see that they
yeah,
left. Why, you see why they left.
yeah.
So,
Vol'jin got killed by a rando.
oh, and
Yeah,
which we'll get into it later when we go into the stuff about the zones and everything. They made an interesting fact about Vol'jin.
yeah,
Hmm.
true. I think I know what you're talking about.
They made a real interesting fact. Now I'm curious, like, oh, okay, so I'm good. So, but I think we're getting to a spot now where,
I see the sun.
with that trailer, I felt a couple ways because one, there's no feet pics. Let's get
Yeah,
that out the way right there. You lost a point for that.
yeah. Hate to see it.
I
You would
mean,
have
for
had a
me, you
9.
gained a point with that one. I'm sorry
Yeah.
because I was getting tired of
CGI,
it.
CGI feet.
It's just the agony of defeat. Let's just call it what it is. You didn't
It
you
is.
didn't
Yeah,
get you didn't get it.
yeah.
But all in all, I think Blizzard is I want to say they're the king of their cinematics for their games, for their intros
Oh
of their
yeah,
game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They
100%.
if you look how they started to where they are now, it is just
Night and day.
night and day. Yes,
No, I'm
it is
Yeah.
night and day. And now they're incorporated it into the actual games itself, where they have, when you finish a chapter of a story, they have this nice 2 or 3 minute cinematic of something.
So
Even at the end, even at the end of when you kill Dementius, that cinematic is great. I'm not even going to tell
Mhm.
no story. I was surprised the way they played
uh,
it out.
I haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil it for me.
We're not, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's one thing, we respect that. So when you get there, you'll see it. You're going to be like, okay, I see what they were talking about. But
Yeah.
all in all, I love the trailer. I just wish we had a little bit more lore behind the whole thing that's going on.
Hmm.
When did they start attacking um, the Sunwell and everything else leading up to that? Because he literally walks up to her and like, "Hey, come on, we got to go.
Yeah.
We need you now." So we need more. I know, and eventually, I know we'll get more of it, but
Yeah.
it's
I
that
don't think
whole
this is going
point.
to be the only trailer, though. I think this is just like the first announcement trailer. We'll
Yeah.
get more.
Well, we'll get
Yeah.
more, but I'm pre-ordering the book for it, like I do with every expansion.
Yeah. There you go.
I've got every book so far, so I'm getting this one too because I'm interested in what story they're going to have with going on with this one too. But see, here's the thing: the one thing I don't like is that they make these books to coincide with what's
Mhm.
going on or before what's going on, and a lot of people feel like, well, all that should be incorporated into the
Yeah.
game. And I'm sorry, I don't agree, because if you do that, now you're adding what, months, maybe years to the development cycle of it,
Mhm.
where you can kind of just, hey, let me get this book. I can, read it at my leisure before the
Mhm.
expansion comes, and I'm good. And I'm good.
Yeah. I think I partially disagree because I believe that everything in World of Warcraft that is about World of Warcraft that advances the plot should be mentioned in the game. I'm fine with a book like going and saying, here's, more details about an event, here's some more like, obviously you can't get every detail in a book in a video game. The two medias don't really align, but I don't want something that happens in a book not get referenced in the game. Like for example, best example of this, BFA when it came out, we had the book, I think Before the Storm or whatever it was called.
Correct.
I
Correct.
read the book, and in the book, Sylvanas and um, Anduin put together this like meet and greet inside of the Arathi Highlands of the undead and their families in Stormwind, right? And it was meant to be, Anduin was trying to do it to bridge the gap between the undead and the humans, and Sylvanas is doing it to really gap in it, to increase tensions because she basically knew how it was going to go. So they went to Arathi Highlands. They met each other. It went terrible, and it actually was one of the major things that started the major conflict. In
Yeah.
the game, no reference to that major plot point,
Why?
and
Wait a
that's
minute.
the problem I have.
Bring him
I don't
back.
know if it was a big reference, but I do think Kalia did say something about it
Yeah, but in
in the game, but it
dialogue,
wasn't.
yeah,
Yeah, in
yeah,
dialogue, she did say something about it, but it
that's
wasn't
something that you
big.
have to
And I
experience,
understand.
though.
And I understand
Yeah,
what you. I
yeah,
get that. I
yeah,
can agree with that. But I think a lot of it, because that happened before the actual game took place,
hmm
in a
yeah,
sense. Just like the whole thing with in Dragonflight with Alistraza and what's her name? They had the whole war thing that they kept talking about. You left us, you did this, which we
hmm
didn't even know of the war until
hmm
you actually, which they actually put a little bit of it
Already did
in the
that.
story,
Oh, you
but
yeah,
you
did?
get more of it when you read the book. You realize that
I'm sorry, I
she was wrong.
yeah,
You realize that she was wrong, and she realized she was wrong throughout the expansion. So again,
yeah,
the books can help, but then sometimes they also can hinder. So
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
give you that.
If the
yeah,
books are just to increase the amount of information that the plot points are
yeah.
showing us, 100% agree with them. If they're adding plot points that you don't see in the game
hmm
that leaves holes in things, then they need to
Yeah.
add that.
It should be a support, not like a
Right. It should
independent
be an
thing.
add-on. Let's call it that. It
Yeah,
should be an
yeah,
add-on.
yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
also with this cinematic, there was two controversial things that I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm talking about, but one of them is obviously blood elves have the very bright, um, like bright glowing eyes, right? And in the
Uh-huh.
trailers, they're still glowing, but a lot of people were calling them human eyes. And a lot of people were criticizing Blizzard on making elves too human. And actually, Ian
No, some
today,
people do.
in an interview, said
I'll be
it said,
real.
according to
The
Ian, achieving
ultimate
facial
killer,
expressions with
though.
grief, disgust, and resolve is extremely difficult when a character has glowing golden eyes, stylized features, or a stiff in-game model. That's why Leandrin's face looks more like a real person's. They want us to feel what she's going through, and I 100% agree with him. I thought, it's still glowing, but yeah, the eyes convey a lot of emotion, and when it's just fully glowing, right?
Hmm.
Um, it just you lack that emotion because again, the eyes are a window to the soul. So like, you know, to not have that, I think would make the characters feel a little bit bland. And then the other controversy was, I hate talking about this, but everyone was criticizing of Leandrin's ugliness and how it really was just a bunch of incels on the internet, unfortunately. And there is a subset of the WoW community that is unfortunately just so deep into the incel community that they're like, oh, the Blood Elves from 2004 were so much hotter than the ones now. Look at what Blizzard's doing. They're so woke. And I was just like, it's kind of weird
I'm
and kind of disgusting, right?
Oh my god.
Um, and I just want to bring it up because I think sometimes the community can
Well, that's
take a
already
big fat
gonna
L.
die,
And I think
like
the comments on her attractive, which by the way, it's a 3D model, which is kind of weird
Hate
anyway.
that.
Let's talk about that.
I
But
hate that.
um,
That's it's aggravating to me.
yeah,
Like you got these people are out here gooning over
yeah.
character models that don't make sense.
Yeah, it honestly, I made a post about this. I'm like, I said, like, gooning has ruined a generation. I'm not kidding. Like, it has ruined a generation of people because we're always like looking at a way to like I know we say like we joke about the feet. Like, we both are like, oh, teehee, no feet. But there are some people like, where's the feet? Like, I haven't gooned today, right? It's like simmer down. Like, that's actually weird. You know what I mean? Like, you can like what you can like, but
sorry.
let's simmer down. You know?
It's it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All in all, I think it was a great game trailer. I think that we're
Yeah,
in store for a lot of
mhm.
great things coming
Yeah.
with Midnight, though.
Yeah. 100%. I think props to the development team, the CGI team.
Mhm.
Again, art team never fails us. I mean, once eventually when we talk about the zones, beautiful zones,
Very
beautiful
beautiful.
music,
Mhm.
great 3D models. I think 10 out of 10. I only give it a 7 out of 10 just because of, I love seeing giant invasions. Cataclysm was one of my favorite expansions, so I'm biased. So,
Cataclysm was okay. It wasn't my favorite. Wrath is always going to
uh,
be my favorite. Sorry.
yeah, I think Cata was my first. The reason why Cata's first in my book is just because that was the first expansion that I went like kind of hardcore, like a little bit more into it than
Mhm.
because I joined at the late of BC and then Lich King was my first full expansion and I really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, number two for sure, but I was kind of like still a noob surface value. I wasn't really diving deep into the systems, but Cataclysm, I then took that tumble right into it, and I think that's why, for me, it's number one.
Well,
And then
guess
number
that's another debate for another show. Let's
yeah, 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 yeah.
But it is a
that's
good
another debate.
segue point to talk about what all WoW players have been waiting almost 20 years for.
But housing? That thing?
Housing. Oh
What?
yeah.
Nobody cares about
Yeah,
housing.
no,
Are
no,
you kidding me?
I'm not gonna spend 9,000 hours just in my house alone.
There's a good chance I will definitely be spending way too much time in my house.
Yeah,
I think we all will be spending a lot of time in our houses.
no,
I feel like with what they're doing, if based on what we saw today with the little housing event that they did,
I am gonna go ahead
mhm.
and pause because my daughter.
I'm gonna long as they don't gatekeep a lot of the housing stuff behind stuff that people don't do,
Yeah,
because now you're basically going to force them to do stuff that they don't do. Like I don't PvP like that, but if
yeah.
they have this cool piece that I can only get from
Okay, so let's
PvPing,
They're
well,
gonna,
guess what I have to do now?
they're gonna do that. By the way, I mean, like they talked about like the
100%.
reward. They're 100% do that for sure because like they talked about again like you're gonna get stuff retroactively. Obviously, we've been playing WoW for 20 years,
Mhm.
and obviously, like for example, the most famous example they gave us was the Nixia's head. Obviously, if you've killed a Nixia before, which we've all should have by now, you can have a plaque of her head on your wall, right? So that will, it's cool to see taking your achievements and your feats of strength and throwing it into. Hello,
Hey,
we have a guest. We have a guest star.
That was my oldest daughter.
Uh,
She didn't realize that anybody could see her.
That's funny.
well,
But yeah, I mean, just like, having like a visual representation of your achievements, like obviously you can always inspect someone's achievements, but like to walk into someone's house and see that, like, oh, I know you just killed a Nixia, I know you did this, this, and that, which would be pretty cool. Like for me, when I'm at my house, I plan on making a room or two of each expansion, like themed to each expansion, hopefully, right? And I'm hoping to like maybe even have like a PvP room too. That'll be cool. But again, I'm gonna be lost in the housing. I think it's good that they're launching it in 11.2.7, which they said was this year, right? So,
yes,
which is
yes,
pretty
yes.
cool. And again, I think they're giving us a lot of customization, and I, I'm a big fan of permanence in the game, like just evolving worlds and like I'm glad they're all situated on, and I'm glad also this expansion is mostly on Eastern Kingdoms and just in Azeroth, right? It's not off world. Obviously, you have the Void Storm zone that it takes you off, but I'm such a big lover of just staying on Azeroth.
I'm over here laughing. I feel you 100% optimized. I also feel like that with the whole with everything being where it's at, we do get a chance, like you said a couple weeks ago, to go back home.
Yeah,
To go back to those places. Well, I can't go back home. I'm a night elf. I don't have a home. So,
yeah.
I'm an orphan. I'm an orphan.
Ugh. Well, I mean, technically, your new
I
home is now in the
mean,
Dragon Isles, right? I
That's
I'm
mean,
a
not my
nomad, so I don't know what
that's
you're
my home.
talking
That's
about.
not my home. That's not
yeah.
my home. The
The
Dragon
heal.
House is not my home. I was
I'm
born and raised in a mid in Darnassus. That's not Darnassus. That will never be
Yeah,
Darnassus.
true. See,
Okay,
I'm a human,
so
so I'm eating good. You know what I mean?
I'm a
but
Volpyrian, so
it's
we're a
good.
nomadic race, and I really don't
They're
have a
just
home.
It kind of fits. It kind of fits in the lore, though. I mean, as technically we're all nomads, right? We're just going from expansion to expansion wherever it goes, right? So technically, the Volpair out here is just living the life right now.
You didn't have your home burnt up by a maniac.
Oh, that's
No,
that's true. I
this
mean,
is true.
Okay, let's
But
be
I didn't
clear.
really have a
You didn't
home
have your
to
home
have
burnt
it
up.
burnt up, so
I'm not saying that cinematic looked cool, but it was kind of cool. I mean, but it was a terrible time. It was actually the worst thing ever. Um,
But for
also,
a minute, for a minute though, like you said, it was a terrible time. But then when you found the logic about why she did what she did, I still wanted to hurt her.
yeah, yeah. You know, this is why
wait,
I'm not
you know I
gonna
can't.
how did we have something burned up, Casper? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
What, Volpera or humans or Alliance?
He
I mean,
plays a
there's. I
dragon.
mean,
I don't know if that necessarily means anything.
the
Yeah.
Barons.
He's still new.
Oh, the barons.
He's
What? Oh, was that you talking about Deathwing?
Yeah.
Like you just absolutely just
But
rocking your
Deathwing
stuff
kind of
over there?
rocked everybody.
That's true. It was very much like everyone got a piece. Like the Stormwind got the park absolutely annihilated. It
no.
was not
I wasn't saying you were new to the game. I was saying if you were playing a dragon class, if you're playing a whatchamacallit, you're still
Volpera.
technically by terms of WoW standard, you're still a new race supposedly. We're not saying
Yeah.
it in that way. Not saying you're new to the game. No, I'm just saying based on class choices and stuff. That's race
Yeah,
choices.
yeah.
That's what I was saying.
He's very new to the game. Don't let him fool you.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. But here's
yeah.
the other thing about housing.
Mhm.
Can I have my professions in my house? That would be so cool.
Oh,
That
that
would be
would
cool
be
to have a
awesome to have
yeah.
a forge or whatever.
Something of course you're gonna have a kitchen. Let's be clear, you're gonna have that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's cooking skill is gonna be there on display more than likely. But what if you could have your jewel crafting station in your house or
I
your
think
that would be so cool.
it would be. I think they'll probably do like cosmetics of that. Like I think you can have like a non-functioning one. The reason why I don't think, obviously, we know that the crafting professions are tied in with housing. You can make stuff for people, right?
Right.
But I think they'll never bring that stuff inside the house because that takes you away from the open world. And I think no matter what, I think there's always going to be a developer on the team that says, well, what if we just like, take something from like the open world and put it inside the house? There's always going to be one developer be like, garrisons, don't do it. Don't do it.
It's
And then
true.
boom, it's
This is
gone.
very,
Yeah.
very true.
Hey, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at it and thinking about it like that would be like
Yeah. But yeah, it would be
so
nice. Yeah.
There is one difference. Garrisons, you could only go into your own garrison. Other
Yeah,
people
this
can
is
come
all
into your
public.
house.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
I'm excited because you have the public neighborhoods, which is up to 50 people, and then you have the private ones, which is up to 50 people, and then you have the guild ones, which scales with your guild. Which I don't know how they're going to do that with
I heard the
phasing,
guild
'cause
ones were
obviously
only up to 50 people too.
no, the guild one will scale with your members.
Oh.
Yeah, so it unless again information is flowing. Like something we say probably today will be outdated tomorrow. By the way, like we're in the very early stages of this, but from my knowledge as of right now, they have it scales. So if you have like 400 people in your guild, 400 plots. Again, I don't know how that's going to work with like obviously all this stuff is instance, but I'm assuming they'll have like sub instances. Because imagine
Right.
like going through 400 houses to get to one of your like one of your friends' house. Be like an actual
Tell
real
somebody,
neighborhood.
hey, yeah, we're having a guild meeting at this house. Everybody show up.
Yeah.
Now you got 500 people at one house.
Yeah, that the servers would just die.
Crash.
No,
Yeah.
and if that's
Also,
the case, they should do it like a guild hall.
they
Like,
also you know that they're thinking about it, by the way.
I
And
know.
one of the so they said that they're taking feedback, and one of the biggest things is a guild
So
hall.
have the guild hall somewhere in that guild that gilded instance, and then all the houses around the guild hall.
Yeah, kind of like a giant inn around it. Yeah, that would be neat. 'Cause, I mean, we have the endeavors,
Interesting.
right? That eventually, which I don't think are going to come out until midnight, but the endeavors around the neighborhoods, right, where you all work together and do stuff and
Mhm.
have themes, right? So,
That's wild.
also, it would be
That's
cool,
actually
right?
wild.
we obviously right now it's not 11.1 anymore, right? We're not in Undermine, right? We can't drive that fancy car anywhere else, right? It'd be cool if
What
we
a
could use that car.
waste.
It would be
What a
cool if we could use that
waste.
car one in the open world or in our neighborhoods, right? Just skirting around houses with our drag racer,
Having
Oh,
a
that would be
racetrack would be
interesting.
pretty cool too.
right? Yeah, just like having them call the cops for noise disturbance at like 1 in the morning, just doing wheelies in the parking lot. Yeah, absolutely. Just like role play as a real neighborhood.
So
That would be fun.
I heard one thing that surprised me. I was listening to a couple of hardcore Minecraft players that
Okay.
said
Okay.
this would scratch that creative itch that they would really need to come back to WoW or to come to
Yeah.
WoW for the first time.
I've also heard some people like my wife who plays Sims. She's like, I want to make a house now in WoW. Like she's been talking about playing WoW again, and like I know a lot of some other people too that play a lot of Sims, and like I want to try this out because the advanced mode in the housing, by the way, is very much like, oh, do you want this candlestick to be the size of the room? Sure. I love the methodology of no restrictions. Do you want something stupid and dumb and rotated and like all the
Exactly.
just do it. I don't care. This is your house, and I love that mentality.
You can
I
clip
love that
things,
mentality.
you can
Yeah,
make things super huge. You can
yeah,
have candlesticks floating in the
Oversized
middle of the
chairs,
air.
everything.
yeah, yeah.
It
Upside down room.
ooh man.
Yeah,
They were doing a contest today and man, it was hilarious some of the things people were doing.
yeah. I wish, you know what? I do have a little nitpick about like what they were doing with the competition for the housing. I know they were showing it off. I know like friendly competition. It wasn't really serious, right? But I wish, again, everything doesn't have to be an esport. I wish they would have just gone and be like, hey, make a cool house. Like here's a theme, and we can just all look at it together. I don't. Again, I'm all for friendly competition, but I was like, maybe this is like, they made a big thing. They're like, oh, big competition for housing. I'm like, can we just show it off? Like, can we just
That
just
that
just
was that was their way of showing it off, but at the same
yeah.
time, they could have did something else. Now, what I did like was one of the features that they talked about was the import feature. I thought that was pretty smart, where you can take somebody's house and import it and make it your own.
Oh, neat. Yeah, there's
So
also
so
presets
it's
too,
like,
by the
yeah.
way.
So you could basically, so if say you built this cool looking house and everything and so forth and so forth, you could actually make it and then I could import it and use the same model. So if you wanted to make a community of all the same type houses, there you go.
Similar.
Yeah. I'm just
The
We'll be our
so
very own KB
no, we're not doing
Homes.
that. We're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that. We're not
We're all about
assimilating that.
individuality here, okay? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We just have to make it look like a communist block, just a bunch of like concrete houses and like everything looks the same.
I do
Uh
I
Like
will say though,
HOA
housing is
too.
big, but housing is big, but some of these other systems actually can be good too that I've been reading about. And one of them I wanted to talk about in depth is this prey system.
Yes, please.
so please explain this one
So,
to me. I have not done enough research on this one.
Ooh,
okay,
okay.
so the prey system is basically you walk up to the guy in Murder's Row, I can't remember his name,
Yeah,
and
me
you
either.
can pick from a list of all these targets. Once you pick from this list of targets, you're basically on a quest to kill this to end this target. But here's the catch. You're not only hunting that target is also hunting you. So throughout the time you're on this hunt trying to hunt that target, you run into them more than one time before the final actual battle before you beat them or not.
Mm. Think of like
So
Monster Hunter, right? Kind of like you
yeah,
engage in a battle, they retreat, and then it, you know, that type of thing.
Sniper elite style.
yeah,
Yeah.
cause yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So now here's the thing. No matter what zone you're in midnight, the person that you're hunting can attack you at any time
Yeah,
while
if you're
you're on
doing it
these
in a
quests.
quest.
You could be in the middle of a quest and he
Only an
pops up.
open world though, right?
Only in open world. No
Okay.
dungeons, no
Okay.
raids.
I was gonna
Sounds good
say
to me.
you're mid tanking the raid boss, and all of a sudden here comes an orc running at you, and you're like,
Um,
"Where did you come from?"
imagine if imagine if everyone's prey guy just came in at once, like 16 people just come in and start attacking.
Oh no!
that would be
You
scary.
you know that
Oh, that would be
like when they were
scary.
when they were first developing this, they had them attack anywhere, and I bet you they were testing a raid. All of a sudden, a prey guy came out and started attacking. They're like, maybe we don't want this.
You got the boss at 5% of a raid, and he just runs out and wrecks your tank.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Oh, that would be
But
something else.
and the thing
Hey,
is, there's
new mythic
three
challenges.
difficulties. Well,
New
there's three
mythic
difficulties.
challenges.
There's three difficulties. You have normal, you have normal, hard, and nightmare.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm afraid to even see what nightmare. They say nightmare is equivalent to high-end Dells.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 11 and 12, Dells difficulty. I be honest with you, that's a lot for some people.
Yeah.
Because most people have a problem clearing tier 11 delves by themselves. Oh, you done got caught up.
What happened?
I see it.
Oh, did
Look
they?
at chat. He done got caught. Oh.
So, do you want to explain that to all our chats that don't know what the heck you're talking about right now?
So
There's Jew quit it right behind him.
I just got hit with this lovely Bean Boozled that I have on my chat for 15,000 points. Thanks.
That's a lot of points.
And
be glad you're my friend. Because
That's
I
right.
have 17K right now, and I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, I can only get it once per hour. I had to put a limit on it because people were doing it back to back to back to me. But I got Old Bandage or Pomegranate. So, here's the hoping
go.
it's a good one. Okay, please.
Chat, let's see. Uh-oh. Is it good?
Pomegranate.
He got the pomegranate. He got lucky.
There it is.
Yeah. Thanks, Casper.
Wouldn't do you like that.
Extra.
I would do it to you during the raid, though.
Yeah.
I've had it done to me during the raid.
Just be weary.
Chad got Casper got robbed.
But if they're talking about high-end Dells, which are 11 and 12s, probably the boss on easy. Well, first question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, but if they're talking about boss on double question mark, we got problems.
Yeah, I will be cooked. Like question mark makes me. Some people in chat are
nervous.
like, oh, just get good. It's hard. Don't lie to me, chat. You can't just be like, oh, question mark's easy. Don't do that, chat. You're lying to me. Oh, I go. No.
Okay. Then you go in there and get one shotted. No,
Yeah,
we're
go
not
in
doing
there
that.
right now. Live stream it right now. Go in there and kill him. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. Yeah, Casper, I knew you were going to say that. I was directing that right at you. I knew you were going to say it. That's why I said it.
But I mean, it's cool because of you get, from my understanding, you get progress in your player power, cosmetics, mounts, probably stuff for housing as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So
like heads on plaques too, 100%. Yeah.
But then that also goes back to what we talked about earlier. Blizzard is giving us so much to do.
Yes.
Because you still have delves in this.
Mm-hmm.
So there are, and there are 10 of them this time around.
Oh yeah.
Not even counting the boss one that you're going to have, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's overwhelming, but I'd rather be overwhelmed than underwhelmed. And again, like just point back to Shadowlands, right? Again, I'd rather have like the pick between content than to like beg Blizzard to do content.
This is true. I would rather have too much content and I get to pick and choose what I do and don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Like I played around with the Dastardly duos, but just wasn't my thing. So I played it like twice and did the quest and called it a day.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to mount. I'm a mount hunter, so I wanted to mount.
Yeah.
There's so many mounts that I want, but then I look at what it takes to get them, and I'm like, no, I'd rather be doing mythics, or I'd rather be doing,
Oh, we all remember Classic Nax.
You can't forget about Classic Nax.
Yeah, well, see, I never got to play Classic Nax.
Oh, I feel sorry for you on that one.
I turned my first character hit 60 2 weeks before Burning Crusade came out. No, we're not talking about like classic WoW right now, Juke. We're talking about classic as in like vanilla.
The raid vanilla.
Juke's like, I hate it. Get rid of it.
That's because he hates having to do anything that has you leveling. Which with the new expansion, he's gonna have to gain 10 more levels.
Wow, you know what's crazy though? I'm not making I'm gonna preface this real quick. I'm not making fun of people that have this opinion, but I'm just questioning on why WoW is your game you play. I've like there's people in my main guild that say, "Oh, I hate questing, I hate leveling." I'm like, this is an MMO, my man. Like that's like the core feature of it. Actually, hold on, like. What's going on? I know that the end game's crazy good now, but like back in the day, you would have hated this game, and I guess
boy, man, look, because you think it takes long to level now. Leveling back in class, well, not classic, in vanilla and Burning Crusade will have you be like, you know what? If I get a level a day, that means it's going to take me 60 days to reach max level.
Level a day at higher levels is a miracle at some points.
Oh yeah. I remember being in Stranglethorn Vale, just farming quests out there, and I went for like I want to say it was almost 2 weeks of doing quests out there, and it went from level 32 to level 33.
By the way, the level in Classic from level 30 to 40 is a nightmare.
Oh,
an absolute nightmare. But I love
isn't that Stranglethorn and Desolate, I think. Those two areas, Stranglethorn and Desolate.
Desolate is like Vietnam flashbacks. The centaurs, man. The centaurs, man. I can't get them out of my head, man. Like, they're everywhere.
Yeah, that was rough. But I think they actually they're doing something for the intro leveling experience. They're working on that to make it better, which is good.
Yeah,
they actually have 2 different versions of it. They're going to have one for veteran players that are coming back. That you get to go from Exile's Reach to like the Arathi Highlands and do like some main plot points. Or for the new players, they're going to go from Exile's Reach. They're going to go straight into Dragonflight and level from there.
And then the War Within and then the War Within has a shortened down experience now too. Eventually, in Midnight. Yeah, they're very streamlined. I mean, again, like they're very much like because if you think of WoW, you don't think of like attracting new players. You don't like you know what I mean. Like I think WoW is trying to attract a lot of. They need it, yeah, because right now we're getting old. Okay, we're old. You know, we're uncles. You know, we're unks, as they would say, and as the kids would say, we're getting old, and we're not.
There's a good chance I'm the oldest one in here right now.
Don't know about that.
Say I'm 31.
I have you by 7 years.
I got all y'all beat.
Okay.
I am 48.
At this, yeah, okay.
So
you definitely don't look 48. Okay.
You said 48.
48. My birthday
was
it. My 48. I was born in 77. Makes me 48.
You don't look 48. I thought you were
30. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was like, no way. I need an ID check, actually. Like I need
we
need a card. We need proof.
Yeah, we need something here. This is crazy.
But no, and that's the thing. I've been playing. That's why I said I guess I have a unique perspective because of my age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see things. I don't see things glass half full, glass half empty. I just see a glass. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Like I say, I enjoy gaming. I've enjoyed this game all the time that I've been playing. So
sometimes
hopefully
more than others,
I'm still around. Yeah.
I will say,
you know how they say you find your
starting
peace
to come back.
Yeah, you need that for something like this.
Yeah. So, but this might be a perfect time to ask that question that I was alluding to before the stream started. So, chat, this also goes. Chat, this actually goes to you too, because this is actually a question I can't answer myself. So I think it was the red shirt guy on X that made this question. It was like, well, okay, if you think about it, right? With Midnight, we're facing off with the Void. the Void is supposed to be this ultimate giant bad thing, right? Even the Legion thought it was worse than them because remember, Sargeras was like, "Yikes! This, the Void's corrupting world souls. I have to kill the world souls before they do, right?" So the Void's like the big bad, and then the Titans are gonna come back, right? And we're gonna officially deal with the Titans, right? And again, the Titans are like gods, right, in the universe. What happens after you? Like, how do what comes after this? Like, is there gonna be another big bad? How do we downgrade from the level of severity from the Void gods and the Titans to, do we keep going up and up, or do we eventually start scaling down? But how does that look? Like, what comes after? Like, how do we get like right now we're on top of the mountain. Are we just gonna scale back down, or are we gonna keep going back up? And I don't know if I can answer that.
What I would
Yeah,
what I would like for them to do is scale it back down, but more people. Like, say we have an invading army, or we finally get to see the other side of the map, and they're like, "Yeah, we're tired of all of you guys over there. We're gonna wipe you guys out."
Yeah.
That would be,
Okay.
more like terrestrial type.
Yeah. Also, Casper brings up a good point. We're probably going to go back to fighting each other. I mean, we're kind of already seeing the things like start happening now. Like they announced that Silvermoon is going to be probably the main city hub, right? But the Alliance is only going to have a small section of the Silvermoon,
right.
and most of
That you can
Silvermoon is
go
going
in.
to be kill on site. And that has, I don't know if you guys have seen social media, but you have Horde players saying, "Yeah, f the Alliance. That's what they get." And then you have the Alliance be like, "The Eastern Kingdom is ours anyway, so we're just gonna take it." And I'm gonna say my point right now. The Eastern Kingdom belongs to the Alliance, baby. Okay, so let's play a game.
Then
So
make
you
your
were
way,
talking
make your way
you were
into
talking
Silver
about
Moon.
right.
Yeah.
You were talking about since we're fighting Shadow right now, which is clearly a fight between light and shadow, right? I went and pulled up the cosmology map. So you still have order, disorder, death, and life. If we're dealing with light and dark right now, so
Yeah,
we're probably going to go into one of those different things.
Wouldn't Death and
Eventually.
Life though be Shadowlands?
yeah. I guess you could. Death is
You could.
definitely.
I thought about that too, though. So yeah. So
Order and
They're
Disorder
running
makes
now.
more sense to me for
order,
those to
but
be
see,
the next thing.
we've actually done order and disorder, where you have arcane and fail. So if the map is
Oh yeah.
basic, that's why I'm like, I'm kind of looking at it from a standpoint. There's there's either a new map coming out which states where we're going,
Yeah.
but I just based on this map, there are so many different things
Yeah.
that
It's.
we haven't touched. We touched, Titans Burning Legion, right? Undead, you know. So you got life, nature, wild gods, and you got undead, necromancy, death. So I don't know where we go from this because we still have the last Titan, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's more order and disorder to a certain extent. So where we go from there, I don't. It's kind of up in the air. I'm thinking that's where we're headed.
That's why it's a good question because it's
I
like
really think it has to be something more mundane than what we've been dealing with to kind of
Right.
reset the stage. You
Yeah.
can't, at a certain point, you can't keep on, fighting the next bigger and bigger thing because eventually you run out of bigger things.
So
Yeah.
are we in agreement that Last Titan is a reset then?
Honestly,
I think it is.
I would love to see the Last Titan be like, okay, because I honestly think in the Last Titan, guys, that in chat, I think we're gonna be, I think either the Last Titan is the Azeroth's World Soul, and again, guys, when a chicken hatches from an egg, the egg gets discarded, right? And that's Azeroth. And I think we'll finally realize that, right? And we'll be like, well, then the Titans are going to come in. I think we're going to fight the Titans. I think we're really going to fight the Titans, and I think we're going to lose. And I think we're gonna probably lose, but not in the sense of like the world gets destroyed. I think it's gonna be like we stop the Titans from accessing and birthing Azeroth. We get to a state where it could just stay permanently as a world soul, and then the Titans are like so mad that they do something and they basically like imprison us, and then for like 200, 300 years, right? Time goes by, maybe the heroes of Azeroth becomes like a myth or a legend, like, oh, some people idolize us, some people don't even believe in us, and then somehow we come back and Azeroth's totally different with different cultures, and then there's, basically a world reset, and then they reset our level back to 1, because they've already shown they will decrease our levels without any issue, right? I mean, at the end of the last Titan, we'll be level 100 again.
I'm surprised we're actually getting 10 levels.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I was gonna say, like, we're gonna be level 100 at the end of the last Titan. I don't see us going to 110 again. They learned their lesson with that. So I wouldn't be. I mean, again, I don't really know. I mean, WoW 2 teehee, but I mean, what are we gonna keep doing this dance?
I don't know. That's a really, really good question. I don't have an answer for it. I feel like Last Titan will be, it's like it's going to be a reset. But as far as what are we fighting after that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you can't go from killing the Titans and like killing the Void Gods to kill Larry the chicken guy. Like, we can't do that. Like, it's just like, it feels weird. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's a guy. And
Casper is right. They did state the Worldsoul Saga is not
Oh,
in.
yeah, we know that for sure.
So,
I mean, they have plans until 20. They said they have 20 more expansions planned, right? They already know what's going on, but we don't. I mean, can we keep doing this? Like, oh, there's the Mega Void now. Like, you thought Dimensius was bad? Oh, Dimensius was just a pet of this one. And it's like, oh, you think Xalatath's feet were big? Well, check this out. And it's like, what are we doing? It's.
I know, and you're right. So I mean, it's good to speculate, but I think we're going to get somewhere. We're going to have some fun with it, and hopefully,
sure, yeah.
So, but as we were talking about zones. I think the 4 new zones are actually pretty good as well. I mean, the Haranar in itself, which is a zone plus the allied race, which I know everybody's kind of upset about because they feel like, oh, it should have been something else.
Like the ethereals.
Again, that was the thing. People thought it should have been ethereals. They really felt that way.
It's not the first time we thought that we were going to get an allied race and they just went the other way. I mean, back in 11.1, we saw a bunch of like different customization options for this race that we're seeing on screen right now be added in. So it was kind of, a lot of people thought like, one, are they getting ready for an allied race? Or are they just going to get ready for, we thought 11.2 was going to be the root lands, which actually I do believe that we were going to get the root lands in 11.2, and then Crash would have been like a 11 point, a 12 point something patch. And I think they swapped it out. And because for some reason, right? And I think Metzen probably came in and changed it up. But I'm glad that they're finally doing this, by the way, because a lot of people are like, oh, did they cut the storyline? Did they get rid of them? And I'm like,
they just saved it for a full expansion.
Yeah, this is a Worldsoul Saga. It's gonna, it's 3 parts. This is just the first part. We're gonna see a storyline start in War Within, mature in Midnight, and then finalize in the Last Titan. And I think this is a perfect example of that.
And see, Silver Moon looks great. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the way Silver Moon looks. I mean, from me leveling my blood elf paladin, of course. There's no other class 2 level except a blood elf paladin. I'm sorry, that's just it is what it is. But
I sympathize with the blood elves when it comes to the horde. That's like, when it comes to the horde, I don't really play much horde. I just play blood elves, and I'm so glad they're revamping this zone. I mean, I've always been team revamp of Azeroth, and like seeing this old.
You got what you wanted.
Revamped, yeah,
you got 100%. What you wanted. Yes,
and it also, like, this is the first expansion that of the 4 zones that they're adding in, one of them is a complete revamp, right, of a zone. We've already been there. I mean, technically we've been to Zolomon, like in the raid, but it's being extended out now. But it's cool to think, because obviously in the last time they said we're going back to Northrend, so like, is any part of
what is Northrend going to look like? Yeah,
I don't know, but they need to explain what happened to this.
Isn't that the Ghostlands?
That's the Zolomon. That's in the Troll Empire.
Zul'Aman?
Yeah.
Zul'Aman, yeah.
So it looks like it was like devastated by Void.
Yeah, so they're having a lot of Void problems, obviously, like.
Yeah, they did say that.
New neighbors moved in. They're not so nice. And
but I'm liking what I'm seeing, what they're doing. See that in itself right there.
also look at that Void Storm. 10 out of 10.
Can we have that in housing? Can we have
right?
one of those in player housing?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying that looks awesome.
Oh, I'm telling you, like the RT never misses. Now,
this
is it
kind of
gonna
gives
be
me like Christmas vibes, to be honest with you.
Oh,
You're funny.
You know what? You're not lying.
Funny, but
You're not
right.
lying. You're not wrong, but you're not right. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I love exploring previous lore, right? Blood Elves, Armani, like Solomon. Like I love exploring this, and I love this, right? Just seeing also the Dead Scar being repaired, right?
Yeah.
Like please keep do this. Like this is a macro scale of revamping. I want micro revamping, please, Blizzard. Please, I want to see the world change around us. Everything's so stagnant. I've had this conversation
this area
before.
Looks really good.
Yeah, that's in the Rootlands, like whatever the new zone's called.
Haranar, however they pronounce it.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But the new zones are just good. The new and revamped zones, they look epic.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, can they?
This kind of reminds me of one of the zones out in Burning Crusade, but
that looks like it's tameable.
That's actually a creature.
Yeah, that's a creature.
Yeah.
Things living, by the
way. Something else I can change.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Hunter life for the win.
Yeah, is that some blood magic right there? Is that some
it looks kind of fire-ish. It's kind of trollish, probably.
Again, the zones look crazy. Now, the Zulamun zone has a real good thing going for it because, as they stated during the dev dive, that Zul'jin's grandkids are in charge.
Yeah, they're around.
His granddaughter is the chief, and her brother is her second in command.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of. How do you tie this into the story? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
How are they going? I can't wait to see how they introduce these two to the story, because I think that's going to be an epic moment itself. The grandkids of Zul'jin are here. How do you do that? That's one of those moments. That's one of those moments that's going to be like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I like
I'm
this.
fine with it.
I think this is the entrance to the 6-boss raid here too.
Yeah. That also the raid, by the way, the raid.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's not go there yet.
But
not
yet.
Not yet.
Void Storm.
That's what everybody wants. We'll say that for last.
Yeah.
Everybody wants what Dells, Dungeons, and Raids. That's last.
Mm-hmm.
That's last. Let's leave that last.
But yeah, this looks like Koresh on steroids. This zone here, and I'm fine with that. Koresh is a beautiful 11.2 is cooking.
But I think it's actually on Azeroth where this is happening.
I think it's through the Void Storm itself. I think it's a different play. There's actually a rumor, some theories that it's actually because we don't really know the origins of Xal'atath. They say that it's Xal'atath's homeworld, which was also destroyed by Dimensius. Chat. Think about that, chat.
Interesting.
Where's Zygo?
Yeah.
I think that's good. But what I also don't like, and I hate it, they're giving us 10 new talent points.
Yeah. Oh, so that's actually a good point. So
every time I stop sharing, my camera goes off automatically. I don't know why.
That's strange. So I have information for that. I have the details. You want me to share it with you guys?
Yeah, I got the details, but I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
So like they were talking about, so there's gonna be 10 extra talent points. There's gonna be 3 points just added to your class tree, right? No new nodes, it's just more flexibility. And then 3 points to the hero talents, which is a new path to explore. And then the spec tree will receive 4 talents, where there's a thing called Apex Talents. Now, again, I think with this system, there's a reason why we went to the mop system, guys, right? It's because the talent tree just grows and grows and grows. There's a lot of balance with that. It's a ever evolving system where it just will never ever, it will just go and cascade into an endless balance mashup. So that's why we saw us go to when mop landed. That's why we went to that simple form of just like,
I
for
despise
balance, that
that.
was
I
perfect.
really
Oh yeah,
despise that.
it was terrible. It really eliminated the art, but it was really great for balance. But obviously we went back to the system, but now we're starting to see like, okay, we're about to have the same issues again, right? Because obviously you had classic, you had vanilla, then you had the Burning Crusade, and then you had Lich King, and then you had Cataclysm, and then after Cataclysm you had Mop, right? So it only took about what 4 expansions to really have the talent tree be so bloated that they had to condense it down. So we're already 2 expansions into this system. We're about to enter our 3rd one, and then the last time will be our 4th one. We're going to see that bloat again. How they're going to deal with it? Probably get rid of hero talents, probably, or but again, with new levels, you want new talents, right? You want new things to
True
put
that.
points in. I think it's needed, but again, with this system, just like the levels and our power creep of item level and damage, they always have to do a scale back. I think that's one of the band-aids they always put on the system. So it's a needed system, but unfortunately, it's just expanding and more balance needs to be added. And again, balance right now in WoW is never achieved.
Button bloat is what we call it. Button
Yep.
bloat. But
Yep.
I feel like though, if they're going to have these things, then call them apex talents, right? They do need to be like, like with the new DH spec, they talked about what their talent is, which is the collapsing star, which I think is when you fight the hunters, you know exactly which one that is. That mechanic is basically your capstone for your apex talents.
Capstone for our non D&D players is the very top talent that you get in a class. Okay, just for our non D&D enthusiasts.
So they're saying that's the top one, and they broke it down like you get those 4 points, and they tell you they want you to put those. You don't have to put those 4 points in that, but they're telling you should put those 4 points in that.
It's what Vaughn told, right? It's kind of like you should do it, but
what is the apex talent for Blood Death Knight gonna be?
I don't know. I really don't. I'm curious.
It's just interesting to see how they balance this again, because again, balance is always such a disaster. And
hero talents make it that way too sometimes, because some talents are OD compared to others.
Yeah, and again, like you're always gonna have like best in slot. Like you're always gonna have, people always like, oh, you're gonna do these talents and this talents, and that's what I do. But it's also fun, like where I have most fun with my talent builds is when I'm on an alt, right? And I level up, and I don't have to really care about best in slot, right? I'm just an alt. I'm gonna level them up for doing transmog runs or just to have them, right? And I can just go through and find which ones are gonna give me more crit or more haste, and that's fun because I don't have to care about like what the best in slot is. Because obviously, for my main, it's just follow the guide, do whatever the guide tells me to do, because obviously I want to perform at the highest level I can. Yeah, and that's fine. But for my alts, I'm like, oh, let me explore a bit, and that's fun. That's why I have 6 other warriors at max level, because I'm just exploring warriors.
Say what? Come again?
A little bit more. I have.
Say what? Come again?
Chat. I might have not 6. It's 4. So I have 4 of each class so far maxed out. I've just been exploring, chat. I play the game, chat. Okay.
If it helps you on optimize, you have 4 warriors, and I think that Casper at least has 6, if not more.
I was gonna say,
I think he has like Casper 6 of every class. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm not engaging in this. What in the world have we come to? You have 3 specs. At most, you should have 3 warriors. 6 is overkill.
We'll just say this: I'm looking forward to when Legion Remix comes out. They will be adding 5 more character. They're adding 5 more character slots to our accounts. So now we won't have we don't have to delete 5 characters, Casper.
I guess I can level a rogue. I guess during that. I don't know. I got all classes. I just don't like playing rogues. Never mind. I'll leave that alone. But
rogues. Rogues make me sad.
I mean, I do have that
But that's just me.
80 boost that I got from pre-ordering the expansion, and I haven't decided what I'm using on that on yet.
Yeah.
See, I have
I
a
never
maze.
use
I have one of every class at 70. I got
Yeah.
a couple floating around 60 something, and I'm just trying to debate which one do I want to use? Which one do I want to level up? I don't know.
Yeah, I usually use my level, like my boost for one of the class. I usually use it on my rogue side. My least favorite class in the game is rogue, so I usually just use it for rogue.
I'm sorry, she
But
wants to be seen. She wants to be seen. She's begging for attention.
it's a dog. It's a dog, right?
Yes.
Dog. Yeah, dog.
Say hey, Storm. Say hey to everybody.
Hi, dog. Aw,
She's just
Theos.
yeah. She's my other companion. I'm a true hunter. Yes, she rocks with me
There we
everywhere I
go.
go.
Perfect. There we go. My cat's probably somewhere around here. My dog's not
So,
allowed in here.
but yeah, it's this expansion is going to be one of. It might be second best if they can pull it off. Let's be clear with what they're trying to do.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
is crazy.
it might
They're
be
trying
second
to
best
give
to
you.
Wrath of the Lich King. I agree.
Who said Rasp was the first? Just playing. I'm not going to make you mad tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you mad tonight. We'll save that for another night.
Oh,
I think.
man.
Here's the thing. Wrath is everybody beloved expansion. Let's just call it what it is. That's your when it comes to expansion. That's your S tier. That's the only S tier you can have.
Yeah.
And I will say that right now.
I have a different
Segue into the next tier list. Just remember, I said it here first.
I was gonna say, I think Shadowlands is actually the best, right? Just kidding.
We're not going down that. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with the Burning Crusade. No.
Yeah, honestly, my list for expansion, like, it would probably make some people question my rating skills.
So what I'm
Because,
hearing, because we were supposed to do a tier list this time, and because of everything coming on with Midnight, we decided to switch it up. So I'm hearing that the next tier list we do is going to be the expansions.
Yes, I think we should all, like, I think maybe like do individual tier lists. Like, we all just like individually make a tier list and show it off and be like, okay, this is why this, and then we can yell at each other for that.
That would be perfect. But since we are on our midnight stuff, let's talk about what everybody really wants to talk about. Let's talk about the dungeons first.
Okay.
So I'm impressed with the lineup of dungeons that they got. I really am. I think that Windrunner Spire, we all know the lore behind that, and to turn that into a dungeon itself is great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that more than anything else, because being a hunter, you know about the Windrunners, so you know the legacy and everything that goes with that. That's just one of those things. Hey. So
a developer today hinted at Sylvanas coming back for Midnight, by the way. Speaking of the Windrunners,
we shall not do this. That is not what we want to do.
Chat, I'm just saying. All the CGI trailers that I really love, that are like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10s, all housed Sylvanas inside. So I'm just saying, like, she knows how to really put on a show.
Her character arc is probably one of the better ones in the series, but I think she should stay gone in, in the Shadowlands and continue making up for her mistakes.
It's not her fault that the writers did her dirty for that, I think the writers really disrespected her at the end there.
It'll be interesting to see. If she does show up, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she did warn us that something was coming.
I'm telling you.
They said that.
Yeah.
I'll stand by it every day. She said that. They said that something was coming.
You know what's crazy is that I don't think we like fully understand what the void is. Like, okay, so you look at this, right? Obviously, right? Sargeras with the Legion was like, I want to destroy. Like, he was a Titan. He had everything in life, right? He was a Titan. He was a god. He was still a god afterwards, but he's like, I need to kill everything because the void is terrible. And then you even had the jailer like, we need to unmake everything because the void's so terrible. By the way, and then we were like, okay, let's kill Sargeras and let's go destroy the jailer real quick. The only people that are like, obviously, we would have been killed in the process, right? Obviously, but yikes, the void is coming, and I don't think we're prepared.
Do you now
in action there?
Yeah,
not that, but you bring up something. Do we go back to Shadowlands in the Last Titan because of what was said?
Don't
nope.
No. Necro, listen to what I'm saying. Based on what we just said, we were warned by the big boss of Shadowlands that the void was bad.
But wasn't the connection to the Shadowlands broken though once we came back? Like the sky isn't shattered anymore.
But you still have portals to go back and forth.
But that's just for gameplay reasons, right? Like, cause for example, like when we went to the underwater zone, right, in Ashara, right, in Battle for Azeroth, in lore, right, we were stuck down there until we killed that, like, we engaged into that boss. But in gameplay ways, we can go back and forth, obviously. But in lore wise, we were stuck there for like months.
But what's stopping us from going? What's literally stopping us from going back? You have the ether rules. You still have the ether rules. Well, what's his name can travel anywhere he wants to because he makes portals to freaking Ashara and everywhere else in the quest line. And the quest line now that you're on after you the Ecodome quest line toward the end, he makes portals to go wherever he wants to.
You think about it from Oribos.
Remember, he
took
went
us
to
He took us to Tazavesh from Oribos.
Right.
So they can go back and forth.
Oh. Yeah, never mind. I'm literally forgetting the whole plot line of 11.2 right now with Taravesh being there right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me, chat.
So would it be too far fetched to think that at some point in the Last Titan we have to travel back to Shadowlands for something? Not saying what. Don't know. This just spitballing, just as we do.
But what would we get from there?
I
don't know. There's something there because he was doing something.
Also, if
you think about it, because if he was making his own pantheon over and over again in the raid instance, because you think about it, he was making the leaders of each covenant, yes or no, that you had to turn around and fight in the raid. There's something going on that we might have missed.
We also still have to deal with the Dreadlords too, by the way.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it.
Because the Nathrius is still trapped in his sword, even though they came and took it.
The sword's missing, actually, I think, right now. Right?
He came and took it. Yeah, they came and took it.
Yeah.
So
I was pretty sure that they abandoned all of those storylines for a good reason. I really hope they don't pick them back up.
I think Blizzard should try to fix them because they are still they are still lore, right? I rather them. I rather like. It's kind of like with the Star Wars thing, right? With the new movies, I'd rather have them fix it than just ignore it ever happened.
Right.
So it might be messy, but I mean, we have Dad's back home, right? Chris Metzen's back, Daddy's home, and hopefully he can fix some things,
That's why I say I think we're going. I think because he says we're going to Northern Red.
Yeah.
Remember, Ice Crown is in Northern Red. What was the gate? What was the original gateway to the Shadowlands?
Ice
Crown.
Yeah. Also, by the way, this Midnight's gonna be the first full expansion that Chris Metzen has full creative abilities on. The War Within was pretty much already finished when he joined, I think, or pretty much like in post production.
He was 11.1 and 11.2. He had some hands in.
Yeah, and now
I think 11.2 was the one that he got his first big grab hold of it, and then
I can literally say thank you because 11.2 is very good.
Yeah, 11.2
I have no complaints with.
Storyline's amazing.
Yeah, cooking.
It's not just the storylines in there that's amazing. It's all the little bitty activities that you do throughout it. I mean, you got the ecodome that you're working on. You got the phase diving.
Phase diving,
so fun.
Fun. I love it. It's so fun. Also, fast travel. Like now we have like kind of like fast travel in the game, right? With phase diving because you can which is pretty cool.
Boom,
I use it all the time.
I just think again they hit their sweet spot with stuff to do in this whole patch.
Yeah.
You know, you have everything that's right there. They have different currencies for different systems because as you remember, if you do the phase diving activity, you get those marks that you can use for other transmogs and mounts and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. But can we do something? Can we get rid of caps, please?
They'll never do that. They'll never do that.
Well, they do at the end of the season, but that's when it doesn't kind of matter. I mean, yeah, Blizzard. You know what Blizzard loves to do? They love their little, they love their little treadmills, right? They love when everyone's, and you know what? I blame. You know what I'm gonna do, chat? I don't care if this offends you. Casuals are the blame for this, okay? Casuals, listen, you play 2 hours a week. You're not catching up with the big boys. I'm not like, oh, I can only play 2 hours a week. I did a +2. I should get some enough. I have enough crests. Maybe I can upgrade my piece of armor next week. Listen, if you can only play 2 hours a week, sure.
Shut up, Casper.
No, Casper, you're not a casual.
Not with six warrior outs. Yeah, there's no such thing as casual in your book.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's not. You're definitely a goblin.
If you're casual, then I just don't exist. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
I have 2 full-time jobs. I work a 10-hour shift Monday through Thursday, then I come home and work another 5 hours on here every day. If you're a casual, if you're not a casual, I'm sorry.
Like I'm fine with people not like again, people can play as much as they want. It's just a video game, but like I'm not a big fan of when people like, oh, I only play 2 hours a week. I want people to slow down with me. I want them to like again, I know that like I see why the caps are there because the caps are like, well, if I don't keep up, then I'll leave. But it's like, well, you're playing an MMO. MMOs are typically a sweat fest. And so I think Blizzard, you should take away the cap crests. Don't be like this anymore. I'm sick of just sitting around waiting for a new week.
I got 2,000 Valor Stones, and what am I supposed to do with them right now?
Get rid of Valor Stone. What's the point of Valor Stones? Only for limiting you on. Again, Valor Stone should just be eliminated fully. I'm saying it right now, live on camera. Quote me. I don't care. Get rid of Valor Stones. They're
clip it.
They're only there to restrict you in every possible way. They're not there to help you upgrade. They're there to limit how much you can actually do per week. I know you can get unlimited, but you can only have 2K at one point, okay? So, if I want to upgrade my weapon fully, it's about 2,000, Valor Stones, depending on the rarity here, right? And then I have to go and farm more and more each time. So get rid of Valor Stones. Quote me.
Or stop giving quests that gives you Valor Stones. Because every quest I've done since I've not since I capped out, but since I'm literally in my heroic raid phase, it's like every quest is giving 10, 15, 20, 80 Valor Stones. I don't have any room.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing with them. Give me some gold. Yeah. Let me transfer some of these Valor Stones into gold. Granted, you can send them to outs. Let's be clear. You can do that, but then they
later in the season, not right now.
Not right now, no, but later in the season, yeah. So yeah, no, we can't do this. That's not it. But speaking of dungeons, they do give us I'm gonna use the word a remastered version of Maester's Terrace.
Oh
yes, it looks great.
And I've seen it, and I'm like, ooh, that piqued my interest a little bit.
Yeah,
I wonder too. Yeah, not it, and then the one that really gets me that sticks out like a sore thumb to me is this Void Scar Arena.
Yeah,
I feel like that's gonna be the one instance that's gonna everybody's gonna love.
You know what? Did you hear about the details of this? Like with Mythic Plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can control the flow of how the ads and how the fights work.
Yeah.
Because it's a times instance. The
So
way
now
the
I can
timer works
officially
on it.
blame my tank for pulling too much when they actually summoned it.
Right.
It's their fault, 100% now. I'm looking at you, Necro.
I
Don't
don't
be
know. I
pulling.
think it's
Don't be
look at
pulling.
him looking over his shoulder like, who you talking to? I just feel like at this point they keep trying to one up themselves,
I love that.
you know. But the cool part about it is during the preseason, all dungeons would be available on Mythic Zero.
Yes.
Instead of just having the ones that's in the season that you can only do those, they will all be available in Mythic Zero for preseason, which
That's
is
gonna be
cool
nice.
because now you can do those dungeons and still get gear.
Yeah.
And not really waiting on the Mythic Plus dungeon parts to come out. You can still do them all, and they're still going to get. So you're going to get the 4 regular dungeons, the 4 bring back dungeons, plus at the start of the season you get those dungeons as Mythic Zero. So you have a total of 12 dungeons to pull from at the start of every season.
That's good. Also, a question for, I think this is correct, but I know at the start of War Within, I might be misremembering, but like I knew that you could run Mythic Zeros over and over again in the same week, but not obviously in season 2. That wasn't a thing. Was that a thing in season 1? I mean, not season 1, like the preseason for War Within to level up, or is that
I don't
just
think
heroic
so.
gear?
That was
I think you
heroic.
got like
That was heroic. You can run heroic over and over,
Yeah,
but
but
as far as
I
M0, I don't think it's
remember. Why do I remember that I was just constantly running
I think it
Mythic
was a
Zero all the
bug
time
in the beginning of season 1, and they fixed it
Oh, that
within
was a
like the first week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The first week I got best in slot everything in Mythic. I did a lot of Mythic Zeros that week. But I thought that was a bug that sting because that was fun, just running it, running it, running it.
I mean, come
I
on.
don't see a problem with
That
that.
doesn't protect the casual players though.
Oh, boo-hoo, I played 2 hours a month. Oh.
But I honestly think that with these new instances, and I'm curious about these delves though, because these names
Yeah.
for these
Oh,
delves
yeah.
sound crazy. You got one called the Grudge Pit.
The Grudge Pit.
That's what it's
Sorry.
called.
I love
You
it.
you have one called the Gulf of Memory. Okay, we know what that's about. Let's just call it what it is. We know exactly what that is. Okay.
Okay, Blizzard, I see you. Okay.
We know
Okay.
what you're doing.
We know,
You
I see
have
you.
you have one called the Dark Way.
Dark Way.
Collegiate Calamity. That sounds like that has something to do with probably Macer's Terrace or something like that along those lines. Probably
Sounds something very elfish.
Twilight Crypts.
Okay.
Sunkiller Sanctum. That also sounds something, blood elfish.
Sun Killer is crazy.
Shadow Guard Point and Torment's Rise. So those two sound like they're definitely
Torment's
void.
Rise is actually the season 1 Nemesis delve.
That is Okay. And then we got Valyria as our delve companion this year. So I know she can't tank. So what's gonna happen? We know she can't tank. Let's be clear. Bran can barely tank.
But maybe she's gonna bring out maybe she'll actually bring out a pet that'll tank because she is supposed to be a hunter.
No. She is not no hunter.
She's a rogue.
She's a rogue. She's not a hunter. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I thought they were all hunters.
Don't steal my idea. That's my idea.
All we now know is 100% confirmed. We now have a tank spec for rogues in the works. We just.
I bet you that's what
we know. It's official. It's happening. See you guys later. Rogues can tank now. We have officially angered the Blizzard devs. They are now just doing everything in their power to just annoy us.
Yeah. As long as they don't turn it into Rift where everybody has a tank spec, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
For now. Now in the last Titan, yeah, everybody has a tank spec because it's the end and we'll start over. I'm okay with that.
Also, by the way, so I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is a bit off topic, but remember back in the day, they sent out a survey about potential class and new classes adding to WoW, right? So one of them was called Star Killer, which is 10 out of 10, by the way. So obviously Midnight's obviously not going to have a new class, but do you guys think the Last Titan will?
I don't know. Depending on what happens in midnight.
That's true.
That's the question.
I guess it's too early to speculate, but as you guys know, I'm always speculating, and I'm always I think it was like 20 minutes after I watched the midnight trailer. I'm like, wonder what the
What
last
hero
Titan's gonna be
class would
about.
they put out there, Casper? What other hero classes are there really?
Could it be? I don't know. Like, could it be something? No, we already have Void Elves, right? We have like, do we have a Void class now? A Titan? Yeah, we are the Titan. No, just kidding. We are the last Titan.
I don't
okay,
know. I don't
if
know.
I remember correctly, the hero classes, don't they stem from the first 3 like Warcraft games? Like they were big specs, specialized characters from them.
Like my favorite panda, he was a special class.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, the drunken panda, he was a class. You think about a Death Knight, that was one.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you really only had 2 because you had to be level 55 to have a Death Knight, and you actually started a monk from 1. So I mean,
well, you also had
I guess Demon Hunter started, so that's 2. Those are the only.
Could be like an Azeroth, like like Azerite and like the Worldsoul, like it could be it could be like the Worldsoul energy, like type of like class, like maybe in the midnight we go to the Worldsoul or something.
We're not Nephilim.
I don't think
this is not Diablo 4, okay?
Oh, so is that Diablo? Is that a Diablo term?
Yeah. I don't think we touched the world. Well, I don't know. As of right now, it doesn't seem like we're dealing with the Worldsoul anyway. In the first, in the first season, in the first batch in 12.0, I don't see us dealing with the Worldsoul in itself in the first one, because it seems like everything is just focused on the fight between Xal'atath and the Blood Elves. So.
Yeah, I think we won't know. We probably won't know about 12.1 or 12.2 anytime soon. I think they learned their lesson what happened with the War Within, because again, and when Dragonflight at the end of Dragonflight, when War Within was announced, there was a bunch of data mining stuff of items called for 11.1. It was called Goblin Raid, right? Things were called, and then you had the 11.2 being the Ethereal Raid, and it just obviously it was 100% right when it came to that. So I don't think they're going to be naming those items like that anymore. I think they learned their lesson.
Maybe.
So as we approach the morning hour of 11 o'clock for this show, let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room, the raids.
I was going to say, don't talk about me like that.
No. Let's talk about this raid format. I'm curious on how each of you feel about them having 3 raids in the first year.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. I'm gonna say Unoptimized is gonna hate it because it's tailored for the casuals.
Actually, you're completely wrong. So I don't know. How do I feel about it? I feel like I'm not like, oh, this is the best thing ever, and I'm like, but I'm also not like, this is terrible. I'm on the fence about it. So I'm like, this is interesting. Like 3 raids, and like, but it makes sense. Like if you think about it, right? Because obviously, World of Warcraft recently, ever since have been really diving into this. Why we have story mode now. The end of the story is always in these raids, right? So now, instead of Blizzard only telling one major story with one end of the raid, right? One final hoorah with a cinematic. I'm assuming all these raids will have cinematics at the end. So now we can tell us 3 different stories. They all obviously have to do with something, and they all will hopefully have their own conclusion, which will build towards a bigger thing, right? So again,
they did say that. They did say that the first 2 actually tie in together, which leads to the third one being so you have the first one, as they told us, was the Void Spire. That's your 6-man boss. That's your 6-man boss raid. Your second one is your 2-man boss raid, which is the Dream Rift. So I know that has something to do with the Haranar. That's easy to tell.
Yeah.
But those two combined lead into your one boss raid, which is the march on Queues Brews.
Which is crazy. It's only one boss.
Hey, we've had one boss raids before.
That's true. That's true. It's definitely very. It's just unique. It's definitely very unique. But you, like again,
when was the
like
last
they
time
actually
we had
put
a
up
one boss raid?
BFA.
No, that was two. That was two boss raid.
Two. That was two.
That was a two boss raid.
Was it?
The
Um.
the last
I
one
mean,
we had was in. No, hold on. I'm going to tell you right now.
I know
And
there's one in Burning
it was
Crusade.
in
Was
Wrath.
that?
Wrath.
It was Wrath.
No way.
Yes, it was. The Halion underneath the Dragon Waste. That was the last one boss raid.
Yeah. Oh my good god. Look
It's
at that.
been
That's
a
crazy.
long time. But
Now,
it
mind
makes
you,
sense with who's back in charge.
But then they also, don't forget, yes, that was the one that they had, but they did revamp Onyxia during whatchamacallit as well.
Chada? No, Mop? Was it Mop?
No, it was one of them. They revamped her. You had to go back and fight her again or whatever.
I think it was Mop, but yeah, I think it was Mop, right?
But it's not new. You know what I mean? It's not really new, but yeah.
I wouldn't count that. I wouldn't count that.
Mm-hmm.
So
but yeah,
you
I
had,
guess. Yeah, this is good. I mean, they did put
Now,
out the. I don't know if
the
Go
other
ahead.
question is going to be: do you have to complete one to unlock?
You don't.
Okay.
They already said no. You can go at them. You can go at them as you see fit. You don't need one to beat the other, but they do scale in difficulty to a certain. They do. So basically, they said, Void Storm. Most of the times, Void Storm is going to be where you start from. That's going to be your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go into the Dream Rift, they say the difficulty gets toward like the end of what Void Spire is.
Mm-hmm.
For the Dream Rift, and then you have the March, which is the one boss one. So
yeah, they do have the release schedule already posted, right? So like,
yeah,
so week 1 they have no raids out, and then week 2 the Void Spire, the Dream Rift launch with normal and heroic. Week 3 Void Spire and Dream Rift Mythic comes out, and then the Race the World First starts. And then they said
2 to 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, week 4 or 5, that's when March of the Queues Brews launches. And they said right now it's unclear whether it'll get a heroic week or not, but it most likely won't.
So
AK,
is it going to be part of Race to Worlds first?
100%.
I doubt it. Why would that be? So. I mean, a one boss. No, because then you would have the first Race to Worlds first. What, a whole month almost probably, because you're gonna. I think Race to World first is just going to be Void Spire, and then they'll come back and do those later, maybe.
I think it. Well, I mean, to be fair, like Mythic starts on week 3, and then week 4 you have Queues Brews launching. If it launches that next week on difficult on Mythic, they probably will still be in those dungeons. I mean those raids, right, with the Mythic. So. So I think it might work. I mean, I think they have to. Yeah, I mean, obviously Blizzard determines. It's all determined by the achievement, right? So obviously, whatever the achievement says, that's what the official World's First is. So,
but I'm willing to bet money that World's First is Void Spire. I really am. But now, I'm interested to see footage of that though too, which they didn't show. They just talked about.
I was say, who do you think the last boss is on March of Queues Brews?
It's not Xalatath. We know that.
No, Xalatath is going to make it to the last Titan for sure.
Yeah, because her and what's his name still got business to handle.
Yeah, because like think about the launch cinematic. It didn't introduce any new characters that we didn't know about. Obviously, we have new blueberries, right, with the new void creatures. But other than that, those are just minions, right? There was no other like big bad next to Xalatath, right? Now it could be a Xalatath fight, but she scampers away, you know. But they've kind of outdone that trope of like, oh, you bested me now, but you won't next time.
I'll be back,
right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Look in the delves. You're dealing with whatever her name is from the raid in 11-0. Whatever the void trick name is, I can't think of her name. I don't like her.
I know who you're talking about.
Kavessa. And she's the delve boss this time around, and she's probably worse than all of them.
Yeah,
because she literally uses all of her raid mechanics during the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you're trying to do this by yourself. Yes, me too. I was in Adele, minding my business, not worried about nothing. She popped up, and I was like, "Who is this?" Dead.
Like I was like, she looks familiar, and then I was like, "Oh no, I've got
Dead.
this fight." Yeah.
Please release.
Yeah, I lost
wait a
my
minute.
So, anybody have any thoughts about maybe a Ridicron coming back?
No, he's last. He's last Titan.
He's gonna be last Titan for sure because the only reason he's doing this is because he he wants to kill the Titans. So I think he's using the Void, obviously, to call back the Titans. Because obviously the Void is gonna corrupt the World Soul. The Titans are eventually gonna have to come back. You know what'd be cool? Honestly, so you have when the Pantheon got yeeted into the stars, it left that tear in the skybox. If you look in the skybox, there's a red star in the
It is.
Yeah, and they say that the moment that disappears, that's not good. So eventually we'll probably see in midnight some patch they're gonna I'm hoping Blizzard just just deletes it and doesn't tell anyone, right? And then all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, guys, where's the thing that should be there?" Right? And then because that's the way that the Titans
that's
get
the way
back
it
to
should
us, by
be.
the way. Yeah, but unfortunately, Blizzard would be like, "God, look at the cinematic; it disappeared." But it would be really cool if they're just like all of a sudden one day just change the skybox. Although some data miner will probably be like, "Guys, I sniffed something out." So,
don't you just hate him?
Absolutely no.
No, Deathwing can stay where he is.
Yeah,
dead.
Dead.
No, better yet, as a trophy on my wall in my new house.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree with that.
But I wish they would have gave us
bring him back as
just a little.
Bring him back as a pet, little Deathwing pet.
No, I have a little Deathwing pet. Yes, we do.
Yeah, true. That is the thing. But like an actual hunter pet.
No, because I'd probably end up fighting with him, telling him to do something. He'd look at me crazy. Then I'm gonna just dismiss him and pull out Old Faithful, which is my bear, and we'll be okay at that point. But no, I just wish they would have gave us some footage, just even if you just went through the instance like they do, and you don't see anything, just of what these instances will look like.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get that here soon. I mean, I think I think Gamescom is still happening. There's something happening tomorrow on Saturday for WoW. I forget what
PAX
it is.
Coming out soon too, like PAX West or PAX East or something.
You'll have PAX and then Tokyo Game Show. Those are the only things that are left for the year. I was
gonna say PAX East is in April, so it has to be PAX West then.
Yeah, so PAX West, you might get some more there, and Tokyo, you might get some more.
Yeah,
definitely.
Also, can we talk about real quick before we head out for the night about the staggered release of this content? Like, I think this is probably, again, Midnight looks fantastic. The cinematic was fantastic, but the fact that I had to there wasn't one clear place for me to find information. I had to go to the Gamescom. I had to sit through 2 hours of content I don't care about, right? Just to watch the cinematic, right?
Hey, don't talk bad about Silksong.
I don't. I waited
for 6 years for a 2-minute video.
Yeah,
I out on the 4th.
I don't play any other games, so I was like, I made a meme. I was like, it was like like that Kanye meme where he's just staring at the camera.
Yeah.
Right. I posted this. I was like, oh, let me find it for a second. But I was just sitting there, and I was like, I put the Kanye meme. I was like, World of Warcraft fans watching Gamescom, sitting through a bunch of games they will never play. And it got like 2.8K views. It was
some of those games actually looked pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm complaining.
Do I think I'll play the real point though? No.
Yeah. Like it was fun to see.
You gotta diversify your talents. You gotta diversify.
And just but like to the real point though,
time for all that.
Like I had to then watch the developer interview was not live streamed. We had to watch a VOD of it, and then if you watch the VOD of it, it's Ian talking over a massive crowd because they don't have a private venue. The music was a little bit too loud. I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason I didn't know this, but I recently found out that Blizzard let go all of their social media team and now outsources it all. So you're even going to notice in most of the information that's coming out, there's some typos in the zone descriptions. There's also a lot of weird, like it looks like a rough draft of what should have been released. It's very messy, and again,
Ugh.
Blizzard, I would rather have a BlizzCon every year and wait till November to hear about this than go through Gamescom again. I don't want another Games. I know they did the last Gamescom release they did was Legion actually, and that one went fine. I don't know why this one went terrible. Like I had to get some information from a YouTube short, from World of Warcraft. I mean that brain rotted.
Just a little bit.
Sorry. A little bit.
Well, before we head out, I want to talk about the one thing that we really hadn't talked about, which is some of the things coming in the Legion remix.
Oh,
we didn't even touch on the Legion remix all that much.
That's true.
But these armor sets, I want every single one of them. Every single one.
I want them and need them.
The question is, do they have weapons to match? That's all I need to know. If they got weapons to match.
Oh, yes, I think they do.
If the cloaks are dynamic as the way they look.
Well, it's got a video, so watch. So you can see it. It actually moves. And
I can confidently say this is probably one of the best sets they've ever made.
Yeah, I mean, all of the
sit here and lie.
This is.
I'm not gonna lie. That somebody's potato who's been playing WoW on a potato is gonna explode with that right there.
Like there's gonna be 17. There's gonna be like 100 people on their screen with all these capes on, and just their CPU is gonna burst in flames.
Thank God for a 4070.
So this one right here is going to be the easiest one to get. So you have to complete the Legend Remix campaign. Okay.
Easy.
Okay, the second one, this one right here, comes from this Heroic Broken Isles quest line. So you have to complete 100 quests in Heroic World tier as a Legion timer.
That's easy.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay. Depending on how bad Heroic
this one,
I'm not sure.
I can get 3. I can get 3 of them. That fourth one's gonna be kind of rough.
The third one, you have to complete all Legion raids on Mythic difficulty.
With the power creep, that's not that bad. If you did Mop Remix, I'd be doing Mythic too.
And then this last one is complete any time runner key on a level 25 or greater.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, boys.
But this is the one I want the most.
But it says complete. It didn't say time. It said complete.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna walk into 25. I'm like, guys, we're staying here for that set. I don't care what we have to do. We're doing it.
If we gotta kill one mob at a time, we're doing this.
But I did see that they had. Oh, I gotta find it. They had weapons. They had scythes that were.
The Argus ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Please slay. Yeah, they're here. They're in this one for sure. Keep scrolling down. I've actually, they're at the bottom. Trust.
These.
Can we talk about these? Come on now. They're cooking with Legion Remix. They're cooking. Please.
That's just gonna go with the other ones that I got.
I will take a man's life for these.
These, I mean, the thing is that they're adding stuff that was never really in Legion, like the Fell Corrupted sword. Oh man, that looks so good. Yeah, I would get this with the the green one. That would be real nice.
When 11.2.5 drops, I am leaving retail. I'm living in Legion Remix until I come back out with 100%. I'm sorry, I'm gone.
Unless houses come out.
And by the way, guys, housing's gonna drop. Probably a little bit later, but there will be that overlap. But by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Ian today said that there will be no season 4 in The War Within. Season 3 is the last season.
That's fine too.
I'm fine with
guess what? Because everything is going to be remixed. That's what remix. That's why remix is 3 months, 4 months closer.
Yeah, so no season 4, guys, which I'm happy about because I was worried about having to do season 4 with Legion and also housing. So I'm glad that they decided to do that because I was actually getting. I mean, I'm overwhelmed already, but I would have been like
super
my
duper
wife
overwhelmed at that point.
My wife would have hated what was going to happen. That's for sure. If that would have happened, my wife would have hated that.
I don't mind not having a season 4 either, personally.
Yeah, I agree with you, Casper. Yeah. The board of maybe not that comment, but
oh, tell me they lying. A corrupted fail infused version of Varian Swords. Oh,
yeah, that was
please.
the one we were looking at. Yeah,
yeah.
please, yeah.
Oh,
I'm a warrior. I don't have to think too hard. You know, I'm just doing things. I'm just doing things. You know,
living that life. Best life of that warrior.
Yeah, living like Larry. Pawn, it's good to see you.
That shield looks good too for my paladin though too. Ooh.
Yeah, they got some. We're talking about Legion Remix right now, Pawn, and how like they're cooking with the transmog sets.
Oh,
if you haven't been,
man.
I'm not sure if you joined or not.
I'm not gonna tell no story.
Good. I mean, I'm not really usually a transmog hunter, but some of those transmogs are gonna. Did you also hear that they changed the setup? Bronze is now only going to be used for transmogs, nothing else.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. Because I was always when I did MOP,
like that.
When I did MOP Remix, I always was like, well, I want to collect all the transmog, but I also want to make sure I also level up my items so I can then also participate in the higher end content. So I did both, but I collected all the transmog and then I did the mythic content. So I'm glad I don't have to make that decision anymore. I can just do both at the same time.
Right, absolutely.
So 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
That's why there's no season 4. You know that purple set?
Yeah.
That everybody wants.
Yeah.
Your mythic plus for that for that will be basically your Legion dungeons.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
with
basically, that's
new
your mythic.
affixes.
Oh god!
And returning ones too.
Nope. Yeah, 4 new ones plus the old ones. So basically, this becomes your season 4. That's basically what they did.
Yeah.
This is your season 4. That's why there's no season 4. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So now we have to relearn all these dungeons again. No, because Legion dungeons were good, and it's like now you want to hurt my brain because some of them actually hurts. Because some of you actually have to kind of pay attention. You can't one button macro this shit. Pardon my language.
That's a good question. Is the one button macro though going to be in Legion?
Yes, it's part of the UI. It is. Yeah? It is. It's part of the UI. So I don't think they would get rid of it.
It has to be because Remix is a part of the. I guess it doesn't technically, but it is Legion Remix is part of the retail package. So I think it will actually. Actually, I don't know. I don't. Chad, do we have any information on that? Because I don't know. Actually, I'm assuming live. Also, welcome on in Siege.
Oh, Siege, you're off work. It's a little late to join us there, Siege, because I know it's midnight your time. 2 minutes. Yeah.
It will be. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so
it says Legion Mythic Plus will be available in Legion Remix, complete with wild item scaling of Remix, so players can see how far they go. Blizzard thinks this will be a really fun for players to find new ways to completely break that system. See, they're already talking about the crazy stuff. An experiment made possible by the Remix closed system. Mythic Plus will be fully available in Legion Remix. So that means all these freaking dungeons are. Yeah. So they talking about. I feel like 2,500 might be just the base score if you do all the dungeons and you get a decent time. I guess.
Yeah. But to get that set, you don't have to do all the dungeons to get a 2,500.
They just do one.
You just have to do one at a 25 plus key.
Which the power creep that actually might be relatively okay. I mean,
that's what I'm thinking. It might not be as bad as we think it is. We hope. That's all I can say. We can hope. Because if it's worse, then that's a problem.
Let's say back then we were doing 20s at that point, so 25 with the power creep actually might be pretty easy. Because Blizzard, in the interviews they were talking about Legion, they're like, we actually don't know how crazy you can go with the keys, right? So 25 might be pretty easy compared to the end of Legion, right? So we might be getting to like the 50s, right? I mean, again, the power creep in Mop Remix was crazy, so we could maybe it will be crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Legion Remix runs
Boo!
players
Play
the
something
entire
besides a
segment.
Vengeance Demon Hunter. Ugh.
There are no weekly
I mean,
lockouts. Okay.
technically, chat, you're gonna have to make a max level character of every class because there are achievements to get and also transmog and titles to get for each class in
Right.
remix. So we're gonna have to just game it out. Okay. If you want to, I 100%ed mob remix. I'm going to 100% Legion remix. It's gonna happen. That's it. So I'm gonna have to make all these characters. Is my
But
sanity gonna hit the wall? Yes.
did you see the cadence for this though, right? They changed the cadence.
Yeah, the release date of it, yeah.
No, not the necessarily release date, but how they're breaking it down. They literally said that Legion content will be every 2 weeks. So basically,
Okay.
you'll have your first week, which is when you first start the Broken Isles Emerald Nightmare raid. 2 weeks after that, you'll get the Nightfallen. Then the week after that, you'll get the 2 weeks after that, you'll get the Broken Shore, and you'll get that, and then the Tomb of Sargeras, and then the week after that, you'll get Arcus.
Perfect.
Smart. So you're not speed running this. That's what you're not doing. You know, Blizzard has a way of keeping people set up right, and that's what they did. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be epic, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun going into midnight. And if midnight looks like it's going to be as good as it is, that means that puts my hopes up even higher for Last Titan.
Yeah.
We've been eating good.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to eat good. So
yeah,
I think we started getting a little tidbit in Dragonflight, and we picked up from Dragonflight to War Within, and then I think now we're gonna start getting those main courses.
Yes, we are.
So
well, gentlemen, I think that's a wrap for today. I think
we want everybody to tune in next time for a tier list on the best expansions, which we already know Wrath is the top one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
So, but in closing, I just want to say once again, it's always a pleasure working with you guys. It's also a pleasure gaming with y'all on the weekend too. So there you have it. That's all I got to say. I ain't got nothing else to say. Enjoy your kills.
Yeah.
Have a good time. And that's it for me. Anything else?
Wait a minute. Before this goes, Pond just gave some gifted subs. 5 gifted subs.
5 subs in your chat. We get a hype train,
That's
group
what's
hype
up.
train right at the end of the stream.
That's
amazing.
Well, that's again, Bond, thank you for the continued support. This isn't the first time Bond has thrown some gifted subs to. I think I have let me see here. Yeah, 21 subs to the channel. 10 out of 10, by the way. What a Chad.
That's what's up.
What a Chad. But yeah, I mean, obviously we were just about to end, but to my chat, I'll be live, probably streaming the raid tomorrow, right? I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Watch some.
You know what? We might be able to pull another one off. Then we'll figure it out. Someone has to share their screen, and we go through this. I might do it. I don't know. I have to see if I can, but that'd be perfect.
What a legend! Yeah, what a legend. That is true.
Yeah.
Chad, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
friend.
Till next time,
but
guys.
ladies, till next time. We'll see you next in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.